My presentation is going to be on the marketing side of things, and then Simon will follow up with sales. So they really do work hand in hand, and hence the Attract Convert name. I'll be diving a little bit into search engine optimization, content and social media marketing, mostly on the SEO side of things for tonight's presentation. First of all, going just back to the attraction side of things, and universal law of attraction is like attracts like. So make sure you're talking directly to your target audience. And if your content on your website or your marketing is obviously appealing to them, then obviously like will attract like. Similarly, we have the website SEO side of things. So SEO is a lot about fixing your mistakes or fixing your website and keeping up to date with Google algorithm changes. So constantly improving the positives obviously reduces the negatives. And thirdly, I'd better like your content. So if I like your content, then I'm going to be attracted to you and your business. Pretty simple stuff. Also, social. Well, like attracts like. So even in the Facebook terms. So if you've got, several hundred likes or several thousand likes, then a crowd attracts a crowd. Same with, the whole photography in a restaurant thing. Never take a photo of an empty restaurant. Why would anybody want to eat there if it's empty? So with SEO, we need to start with the end in mind, and that is with your website. Now, most people will actually go out and say, I want to market my website. Well, let's just start creating connections on LinkedIn and Facebook, and where are you going to draw them back to? Well, it's going to be your website. So we absolutely need to start there first. And so, yeah, SEO, yay, it's just one job. Beautiful, no problems. We don't have to do all that other stuff. Well, I'm sorry. SEO is actually something like this. It starts with your website, and then we do search engine optimization. We fix the website, we produce content, and we earn links. Then we do all the advertising, and doesn't sound so simple, does it? So hopefully tonight I'm going to break that down into simple to understand steps. And by the way, I'll be distributing this presentation afterwards too, so it does have several slide notes, and you should be able to follow on. So step one, let's optimize. Let's fix your website. Google changes their algorithm every 13 hours, hence the reason why I say fix. We are constantly sort of playing catch up with what Google's put out there as its 200 ranking factors. So no person outside of Google actually knows what those ranking factors are, but we have a pretty good guess. And just think of it like, servicing your car. Once you've got it on the road, you just got to keep on taking it back in for a service monthly or weekly or whatever. And we do have to remember that people get bored really quickly. So even this guy gets bored by the looks of it. We want people to come back. So keep on producing new content so as not to bore people. Then we need to talk structure. So when we're actually planning our structure, we actually need to look at obviously our services and what people are going to find us for. So we're going to look at our keyword strategy. By that I mean you'll have several pages within your website, and a keyword or phrase should really line up with a page on your website. It's pretty straightforward. So, you've got several different services. Make sure you've got all of those keywords / phrases in place on each one of those pages. I'll be covering that more a little bit later. If you're actually looking for ideas on, I do TV installation, which location should I be targeting, for example, go to Google and start typing. And Google will bring up suggestions. And those are the highest searched keywords relevant to your search. So you can start typing anything, and Google will just tell you, basically, look, this is what people are searching for. It really is that simple. Now, the hard part here is that basically you're going to have a huge number of results. So when you're doing these searches, you want to go for keywords that basically have the lowest search results out of all of your different combinations. So like I said, we need to optimize each page on our website, and really we only want one specific keyword or phrase. When we're doing that keyword or phrase, we don't necessarily have to have it exact matching in every instance on the website. We really do want to not keyword stuff, so to speak. So, for example, on this site, we're optimizing for bariatric surgery. Now, we didn't just put a heading up there, bariatric surgery, we said bariatric surgery explained, just as a very simple example. Also, we've got other pages that are, what is bariatric surgery? So based on our analysis of what people are typing in, they're typing in these keywords. What is bariatric surgery? Opinions about bariatric surgery. So we decided to put in unsupportive, managing unsupportive opinions about bariatric surgery. So you can keep on creating pages within your site, i.e. generally it's in the blog area, for extra searched terms or around your keyword strategy. One of the most important things about fixing your website these days is obviously making your website mobile friendly. And Telstra brought out a research study at the September of last year, and which basically indicated that we're going to be at 84% smartphone penetration in Australia by the end of this year, and 58% tablet. That was their forecast. They haven't brought out a revised one yet, so I expect that probably this coming September, so that will be interesting to see if that's on track. But we most definitely did hit this at the end of 2013. So, with regards to your mobile strategy, generally speaking, you just make your desktop website into a mobile formatted website, and how this is done is Google's suggestion is called responsive website design. Basically, what that means is your website will, if you grab the side of your browser and picked it up there and dragged it, the website will actually scale, and that means it's scaling towards any device size. So, for example, it'll scale to the iPad and it'll scale to the smartphone. So, because there's so many different types of tablet and their dimensions, and also different smartphone dimensions, the responsive website design makes the best sense, because you've just got so many degrees of differentiation of pixels, and responsive website design covers that for you. Meta titles. Now, don't glaze over. We're going to look at some code. Basically, meta titles are really, really important, and that's what they look like in the code. Don't worry about that too much. Here's some general rules about how many characters you need to have in your meta title. That's what the bots that are looking at. That's what Google bots looking at, okay? But this is what the human's looking at. So this is actually the meta title here, and this is the meta description. So essentially speaking, we need to stop optimizing for the bots or Google and optimize for the human being, because these are actually conversion factors. These are what makes people click through. If you don't have your descriptions in there, Google doesn't actually count your descriptions, your meta descriptions, as a ranking factor, but it is a human conversion factor. Headings and copy. So your on-page headings and copy are obviously very, very important once people get onto your website. Most people are looking at their website, seeing big text and little text and going, yeah, look, I've got headings, I've got copy, it's all good. We're going to pick on someone in the audience for a second, and we're going to have a look at his website. And one of the greatest ways for you to actually test your own website, it's so easy, is you can type this search in to Google, and it'll bring up all of the pages that are indexed for your website. So there's currently 3,000 results in here, which just seems quite high, Brad. So then we have this little drop-down box here, button here, and we can click on cached. What that does is it brings up Google's cached version of your website. Then you can pretty much have a scroll through it. Does it look normal? Does it have the most up-to-date information on it? Yep, all good. Click on the text version, and then do a Control F or a Command F on Mac, and start trying to find some of the keywords that you would want each of your pages on your site to be found for. So on Brad's website, Brad's a cabinet maker, or does lots of cabinet making. Without even looking at through Brad's website and what copy he had, I decided to do this review, and I thought I'll just do a quick search on the homepage for cabinet maker, and then I'll search for Gold Coast. So while there's lots of references to cabinet making, there was 0 for cabinet maker. And that was on the homepage. And a couple for Gold Coast, which is great. Really, you only really want 2 sort of mentions of a keyword on the page, otherwise it looks as though you're trying to stuff the keywords into the page. Similarly, when I scroll down that cached version, I've got big parts, within the text, and I've got little parts. So I've got headings and I've got paragraphs. One really important feature is to actually, you click on these and you can right-click. In Google Chrome, for example, it's called Inspect Element. And what you want to double check is that these are actually H1 tags and H2 tags and H3 tags respectively. If they're not, essentially speaking, people have just bumped up the size, the program has just bumped up the size to make it look good, but they haven't actually honoured the coding schema that Google likes to see. So while it might be human optimised visually, it's not robot optimised for Google. See how we're constantly playing this game? So we look at it from a Google bot perspective and we go, yeah, it's all good. Now let's look at it from a human perspective. No, it's a bucket of bolts. So the easiest way to verify whether or not it's good for the human is 3-second rule. Most people, when they're looking at your website, will actually take 3 seconds to decide whether or not they're going to click through to another page on your website or whether they're going to leave. And if you look at your Google Analytics and you're actually getting a lot of people coming and going within the first 10 seconds, there's something wrong. And that's the first bracket of time that Google uses to determine how long people are staying on your site. So it's 0 to 10 seconds. So the 3-second rule, how does it go? You jump on your own website and you go, right, what's this website about? Using your friends or new people to the business is actually a really good way to do this, because you find that when you're looking at your own website, you're actually going exactly where you want to go. You know all about it. You know what you're looking for. It's not a true test. So jump on the website and go, right, what's this website about? Oh, it's about cabinet making. Okay. They got latest news. They got contact, and I can order online. Welcome to HPP. Right. Okay. They do commercial. So generally speaking, people will go, and you'll try and figure out what the site's about. Okay? One big no-no, and I think I did it earlier, is do not optimise for welcome to. It's a very common mistake on websites, and don't worry, I reckon half of the room would be optimising for welcome to. And so it's really common. Tell people what your business is about versus the welcome to side of things. Of course, we need imagery, but use imagery that actually speaks, not like a person smiling. What does that tell people? A stock image of someone smiling, being happy, that doesn't tell people anything about your business. I'm really quite over that sort of that type of imagery. And so, in this case, we've got home theatre installations and we've got a home theatre. Beautiful. We've got TV wall mounting, we've got a TV wall mount. It's pretty simple, right? So most people are actually going to go, all right, I'm scanning the website and getting the 3-second rule. Right, yeah, do they do what I want? No. Do they do what I want? No. And they'll just keep going. In this case, the scroll rule comes into play. So the 3-second rule can sometimes be extended out just a little bit more. If we follow what us humans have become quite used to, and that's due to smartphone technology and iPads and whatnot, we get on a mobile device and we just scroll. Just give me more. Just give it to me. Just make me happy. Fill this empty void inside of me. Until I find exactly what I'm looking for, I'm not going to stop scrolling. So don't be afraid of making your homepage 10 scrolls long. As long as within those 10 scrolls, you've got some call to actions in there. And that's what we're talking about here. So call to actions are really important, and that could be anything from, start your free month here. Free is obviously a good one. Free trial, free monthly trial, free information, free download, no obligation free quote, all of those sorts of things, Free is a good one. Calls to action could also be installation, pricing and options. So tell people what they're actually going to get on the next page, versus something like, read more. Free information pack. We found that these types of forms outperform the simple contact us form nearly 100 to 1. So really simple. If you can put a contact form on your website, you can create one of these. And free information pack, and it could be an autoresponder email. It doesn't actually have to be sent out in the mail. So hence you don't have to request all of their address and whatnot. In this case, one of our clients mails out a free magazine. Ridiculous amount of people sign up for this. Quite surprising, that, hey, we thought people wouldn't have time for that or whatever. Yeah, you're going to send me something free, go for it. No problems, I'll read it later. And sending something in the mail gives that another chance maybe a few days later when they're sitting down off the computer to recall your brand. Oh, that's right, that's great. Have a flick through that, show the missus, beautiful. What we're saying about contact forms, they should be on every page. It's pretty simple, and don't necessarily ask people to contact you. They don't really necessarily want to contact you, but they may have a question. Just this simple change in statement above a contact form has done wonders for our clients. So ask a question, get some free advice, things like that. Include your contact details near the contact form, including your email address. I personally don't want to use the contact form because I like to keep a record of the emails that I send out from my mailbox. I'm just going to click there. Address, absolutely, and definitely phone number. Social integration is taken on by lots of websites, but there's so many people are making a very simple mistake, and that is they're not using the simple like buttons that the social media platforms actually put out there to be used. Here's one example. Our client didn't want to remove them from here, so we said, fine, we'll put both up there. But this is actually taking people away from the website. We don't want to do that. We want to keep them here, and we want them to like it, and we want to follow. In G+'s case, you want a G+ and a follow button. G+ is like a like of the page, but it's not a like of your business page, for example, on Google+. So, phone number on every page, pretty simple, right? Just put it up in the header. Don't make me go looking for it. It frustrates the hell out of me. I don't know about you guys. But, these guys have it twice. They've used a 1-300, but they've called it a 1-3000 number. Yeah, similarly here. So, when your site does the responsive website design, we're on a mobile, right? We're on a smartphone. And why would we show the number? We should just allow them to click and call. Previously, we on Palm Lakes website, we have 19 different resorts that they can call. So they click a call button and it drops down with 19 different phone numbers. Pick one. We also have a map icon, which is extremely important for a smartphone, right? They're trying to find you. Well, just give me the map. Then you've got search, and you've also obviously got menu button to navigate the website. So capability to contact you should be made even better on the smartphone, not worse. Use e-commerce at every opportunity. Most people go, oh yes, but I don't have a shopping cart, I don't have a merchant ID or merchant account with my bank. I can't take payments. Yes, you can. So little tools like Wufoo Forms. You can come to this website and yes, you can pay or you can use them for free, and you can basically create any type of form, and you can embed that form into your website. So you can do payment integration, and you can even upload files. Copy and paste of code into your existing website, bang, you're taking money. The money is processed through PayPal and lands in your PayPal account. More e-commerce. You've got some accommodation that you want to set up. Maybe you've got a holiday rental house. The booking button's quite cost effective. I think it's like $39 a month or something rather, and no commissions. So hence you just put this button on your website. Yes, it takes them away from your website, but it still kind of looks like your website. And bang, you've got an accommodation booking engine. Running events. This is a local mob. It's good to support locals. You can run your events from Ivy. And also Eventbrite is another way you can integrate e-commerce quite simply. Right, now we're down to creating your content. It's obviously got to be in line with your keyword strategy, which is what we spoke about before. So I'm just going to run you through an example website design. I'll show you the right and wrong ways to do things. Now, I did this afternoon. Please excuse if there's some better options that you come up with, but I might throw it to you as well. This website, obviously, the first banner, it's got a picture which tells me, yes, okay, TVs, yeah, beautiful TVs. And they're Gold Coast based and they do TV installations. I'll just do a couple more ticks. I didn't actually call them for a TV installation. I actually called them for TV antennas. And, yeah, just a double confirmation, they're local. Perfect. Instead, I might do, welcome to my TV guy. Well, that didn't really help me too much. And I've said read more. Instead, on the last one, I've said request a quote. This company doesn't actually operate on the weekends, so they've said request a quote instead of, call now, for example, because they're not 24/7 operators. So this is a scrolling website. I've got lots of content on this website. I know my customers, it's also responsive. As they scroll down, I've got my TV guy, Gold Coast TV installer. So just a double confirmation again, and service areas and hours. Beautiful. That's what I need to know. I need to know, are they operating on the weekend? Okay. As I scroll down, I'll see more. The other one might be, again, welcome to my TV guy. Well, what the hell for? That doesn't tell me anything, right? The other one was actually far more helpful, and I just discovered more. What? Why am I going to go there? I know what it says. You're not telling me anything I don't already know, right? We use only the best equipment. What are you talking about? What kind of equipment? I don't know what you're talking about. Home theatre installations. Great. Installation, pricing and options. Perfect. That's what I want. I know exactly what I'm going to get before I even click the button. TV wall mounting. Beautiful. Mounting options and pricing. Okay, great. Yeah, because I've got a crazy idea on mounting from the ceiling or something. So, yeah, I don't know what my options are. Much better than we'll mount your TV, discover more. I already know you're going to mount my TV. Why am I going to click? One reason why we really want people to click is that when people land on your site, and I was talking about the 3-second rule or the 0 to 10-second rule, is that if people land on your site, they take 10 seconds to scroll down, they scroll back up and they go, nah, you're not for me, and they leave. That's what's called a bounce rate. Now, when you're actually looking at your bounce rates on your website, you're going to be going, man, there's a lot of people coming to my site and for XYZ search terms and they're leaving straight away, but that's exactly what I do. I do TV installations. Why are they leaving? They might have stayed on that homepage and picked up the phone and called you, or just left it on that homepage forever. It might have sat there for an hour while they considered calling you. But because they didn't actually take another action and click through to another part of your website, it's still counted as a bounce. So we don't want to make users click. We really don't. We want to give them as much information on the homepage by letting them scroll up and down as we possibly can. We still want them to click. We still want them to take an action, right? Well, what's the point of having a website? So, contact my TV guy. Essentially, I didn't do another one here, but it could have said, free information pack, or contact us now for a free no obligation quote, or on-site quoting. Just put your details in here. Tell people what they're going to get. Even we'll get next day. We'll get back to you in 24 hours or 24 hours. Response time or whatnot. And put a search on your website. We've planned out our website. We've made it mobile friendly. We've written all the content for all of the existing pages, and we launch our website. Website's done. Woohoo! We're going to get heaps of traffic. We're going to make millions off this website. Firstly, Google's going to rank us really well, and that's going to get us all of our traffic. However, Google's seen your initial website and they've gone, hey, look, you've done a really good job on that initial version, but sorry, there's a lot of other competitors out there that have been around for longer, and they've been creating content for 5 years over the top of you. So you just started this year. So you've got to continue creating content. Don't just launch and forget. And what does that mean? So we've got, obviously, go out and you can write blogs. You can produce ebooks. And with the ebooks, ebooks could be that free information pack that they will get, that you'll just email out to them. Okay, ebooks are in high demand. And systems, useful business tools. Just another word for ebook, really. Photos, absolutely. So you might be a construction company or a cabinet maker, and you'll be producing some great jobs before they get on that truck, before they get packed up. Take a photo of them, but preferably in situ. So keep producing that content. Where did you produce that content? Where did that project get installed? Go and write a blog about where that project got installed. And I can see you've done a little bit of that, Brad. It's good. Infographics. So if you haven't seen the new craze of infographics. It's basically like delivering statistics in a graphical form, or really helpful information that people would normally have to read, a long page of copy to understand. I'm just not going to sit there and do that. But if I can scan some funny graphics with a statistical number or just a short heading, then I'm more likely to actually get through the content. And if I really enjoy it, I'm more likely to share it. Videos, every time you do a video, make sure you do a transcript. Pretty simple. You can jump on Fiverr.com. I know Simon loves that website, and you'll find someone there that'll write a transcript for you. Basically, news headlines, current events, they only have the shelf life of a banana. So really, that's what your content's going to. That's the shelf life of your content if you're going and putting that sort of content up on your website. And so you need to look for content which has longevity. It's not like, oh, this is breaking news and this is what's happening now, because, yeah, absolutely, it's just not going to last, and it's just not going to get that long-term sharing capability. Most people would say, go and create some links back to your website. Well, no, you've got to earn them. And how do we do that? Oh, well, yeah, let's build some traffic. Yeah, really simple. Cool. Building traffic, how? Well, it should start with email marketing. And if you've got a list of any size, every time you launch some new content on your website, you should be telling your customers about it. Now, obviously you don't want to be crowding everybody's inbox too much, but the longest you'll ever leave it is 3 months. One of the biggest reasons that your existing customers will leave you is due to indifference. They believe that you are either no longer in business or you don't do what I want you to do for me, which might be just an offshoot of the existing service you've done before. Share it socially. You're going to have all this amazing content, and when on all of your social media channels, you should be just putting it out there. Hey, here's some new content on my LinkedIn company page, my Facebook company page. If you've got photographs on there, you should be pinning them on Pinterest, and so on and so forth. But your reach doesn't really, unless you've got a stupid number, like for example on Facebook, if you've got 100,000 people there, you're really only reaching between 10 and 16% of those 100,000 on your Facebook page organically, which is pretty poor, right? You spent a lot of money and a lot of time trying to get all of those people to like your page, and not all of them are actually seeing the content that you're sharing. So pay to boost and reach more people, and often it's called sponsoring your content. So where can we do that? So Google Plus is a huge one, right? This is massive for SEO, but unfortunately you're only eligible to pay for boosts if you have 1,000 plus followers. So get those follow buttons on your website, people. This is buying Google rankings. Facebook, yes, you can boost your posts from $6. It's pretty easy. Basically, when you post something on your Facebook page, it's got a little boost button. Click it. Put your credit card detail in. Done. Pinterest, promoted pins are coming soon. So if you're taking lots of photos and you're creating a Pinterest account, that is SEO. Why is that SEO? Because when those photos go up to Pinterest, where's the referring URL? It's back to your website. So when people actually click on the photo, they go, oh, cool, where did that come from? Boom, back to your website. Excellent. Pinterest is going to allow you to reach a bigger audience soon. LinkedIn, hey, it's nice and cheap at LinkedIn at the moment. $6 per click. That's the starting price. Yeah, it's not cheap. Twitter. If you're really active on Twitter, basically you can sponsor your posts there too. So sharing your content, sharing your link on Twitter, you can reach a bigger audience, and it's targeted. YouTube, from 13 cents per view. Come on, that is awesome. And the targeting there is absolutely unbelievable. It is really, really good. So get creating some videos, people. I don't care what it is. Just go through your showrooms, Just say hi to everybody in your office on your iPhone, 13 cents per view. When you're targeting people, we use what's called psychographics. And I've covered this once before or many times before at previous events. So if you weren't there, I don't have time to go into it tonight, but it differs from demographics in that instead of targeting age, where they live, what they do for work and whatnot, you're targeting their personality, their values, their attitudes, their interests and their lifestyle, their affinities. This is what the social channels, when you're boosting your posts, want to know. If you know this stuff offhand, if you've done the research on your existing customer base or your ideal client, then there'll be no guesswork when you actually go to actually boost that post and share that post. So this is LinkedIn, reach your target audience. I use them just as an example because, it's pretty powerful, right? I can target location. Now, unfortunately, can't target Gold Coast. Brisbane is the closest demographic area. Then we have, you can target by company name, or you can exclude company names. Target by job title. So all ages in the Brisbane area, almost 250,000 LinkedIn members. Cool. Hang on a minute. $6 per click. And I want all of them to click me. It's going to get expensive, right? So let's be really specific. So I just did this as an example. So I went medical practice. Hang on, I don't want to speak to all of the massive companies because I'm not going to cut through to the person in charge or even a person of influence. So I'm going to exclude all of the companies above 201 employees. Job titles. Hey, I do want to target job title, and maybe I want to target practice manager because they're the influencer, not the actual surgeon or dentist or whatnot in the business. Then you can target by skill. So if I'm targeting specific surgeons, I'll be targeting orthopedic surgeons, for example, even though they spelled it wrong. Then I can go into groups, I can go into gender and age. Yes, it's drilled down, but at least I've basically cut out all the people that aren't going to matter to my ad. That's the same. You've got pretty much the same capability on YouTube and Facebook. You've integrated your marketing now. You've got your website right, and you've done it the right way around. You haven't gone out and got on all the social media channels and directed people back, and they're going and hey, I'm on LinkedIn or I'm on Facebook on my mobile, and hang on and click that sponsored post that you sponsored on that blog, and I'm going to end up on your website, and it's not mobile friendly, and see you later. Well, that was a waste of money. So hence why we start with the website first. And it's a constant cycle. So we do our keyword research. We should review our code constantly. Just jump on that Google cache. Conversion rate optimization. Is our contact form any good? Should we change it to be a free info pack? Should we plug in an e-commerce Woofu form? Content and links and traffic review. So keep reviewing your content strategy as time goes on, as you see who's coming in your website, as you see what people are typing in to find your website, which is made a little bit harder unless you're doing Google advertising. You'll start to find keywords that you wouldn't have otherwise thought people would find your website for and are actually relevant to your business. So the psychographic research, it might be ongoing. Once you've created one personality profile for your target audience, you may want to go and create more. Step 2, content creation, distribution, like we said on social, email, whatnot. That is link building, because once you've got all of that content out there into social media land, it's creating traffic back to your website. You are going to earn links because people are going to share that further. They're going to share it on their own social media profiles. If you've targeted correctly, you've targeted journalists, you've targeted authors. If your content's that amazing, you'll have other news-related websites who are doing the banana type content creation, and they're linking back to you. That's SEO gold in terms of links. When you're thinking about your different types of audiences, you might go, oh, Yeah, I'm going to target people that work at the Gold Coast Bulletin, for example. Keep reporting and keep analysing. It's a constant game. So if you're not looking at your Google Analytics monthly, or you don't have a resource that's pulling together a detailed report about how your marketing's performing each month, you're basically just putting effort or flushing money down the toilet. That's pretty much it. Thanks very much for coming.